everyone, it's Shell from Scrap Secrets and welcome back to my channel. Today's day 10 in the 2025 Countdown to Christmas series with Marie from Marie's Vermont Creations. Our technique for today is a clean and simple card. We're going to be creating one using this turnabout stamp from Concord and Ninth, as well as a snowflake die from Honeybee Stamps. I took a piece of light blue cardstock measuring 6 by 6, put it into my stamp wheel, and then put the guide that comes with all of the turnabout stamps on top of the paper. And then I'm going to go ahead and line up my stamp with it. The guide is to show you where the middle of your paper is so that when you actually rotate the turnabout stamp set, it creates the full pattern and nothing overlaps each other. So I'm going to use some light kaolin clay over top of the paper to get all of the oils off of it, and so that the embossing powder will only stick to the areas where the Versamark is. I have the stamp on the top of my stamp wheel, the stamp wheel lid, and we are going to be using Versamark ink to ink it up. Because I positioned the stamp so that the hole that's on the top of the lid is at the very top in the middle of the stamp wheel, it's going to be very easy to line this up and stamp it around 4 times. So what you're going to do is stamp it down once with the hole at the very top, and then you're going to turn it one full turn to the left, so that on the left hand side that hole is again on the middle of the left hand side. Same thing with the bottom. So it's more than actual one turn, because you can see each of those little bumps is a turn. So it's 1, 2, I think it's 4 turns. So when you do that, it goes around. So the hole is in the middle on the left-hand side, the middle on the bottom, and then the middle on the right. So once that's all complete, my background is done and nothing was overlapping each other. So it worked out perfectly. The stamp wheel makes using turnabout stamp sets so easy. I really love turnabout stamp sets, but they're so much easier to use with the stamp wheel. So now we're using some WOW Metallic Frost embossing powder to cover the background. And I originally thought that I was going to keep it the whole background, but I do eventually cut it down. So you're going to see here, I turned on my heat gun. I let it heat up for a minute to the side to get it nice and hot to minimize warping. And then I'm bringing it to the paper. Because this is a tone-on-tone look, you're not really going to be able to see the embossing. In person, you can see it go from gritty and dull to shiny. So I apologize that you can't really see it that well on camera. I used the same color cardstock to cut out this snowflake die from Honeybee Stamps. And I'm going to be using Versamark all over the back of it. And then we're going to use that Frost Metallic on top. I decided to do the one coat of this, and then on top of it, I did a coat of white sparkly puff WOW powder. And I don't know if I love the way the snowflake came out, but I don't think it looks good with the background. So you will see me create another one with just the metallic frost. So you'll have to let me know in the comments which one you like best. So while you're watching me do all of this embossing, I thought I'd talk to you a little bit about the series. So Marie from Marie's Vermont Creations and I have been doing this series. This is the 3rd year we've done this. Each year we come up with 25 different themes, techniques, ideas, stamp sets, color schemes, etc., and put them into a randomizer so that we can pick we can figure out what theme goes with what day, or what prompt goes with what day. And we post on Mondays and Fridays at 2 o'clock. And this being the 3rd year, we have not repeated anything. So you're going to see 75 different ideas in our whole entire series. I will leave a link to Marie's channel down below. Make sure you check out her videos. She also has an intro video, I believe, and then as well as she has the playlists from all 3 years on her channel. So if you want to get more inspiration, all of her links are over there. So make sure you check it out. That information, like I said, will be listed in the description box below. So make sure you check out her stuff. And stay tuned. It's, day 10. It's going by so quickly. I can't believe we're here already. We're almost at the halfway point, which seems crazy considering that today is Halloween and, the kids are all getting ready to trick or treat. It just seems strange that we've already started, Christmas cards, and it feels like it's almost halfway over. There is a very short window between Thanksgiving and Christmas this year. So Thanksgiving is, so my birthday is exactly 5 weeks till Christmas. This year, my birthday is exactly a week before Thanksgiving. So that means there's only 4 weeks between Thanksgiving and Christmas. So it's going to be a short season. I know that a lot of people are going to start to decorate for Christmas tomorrow. I do have some stuff up that I had already purchased and I didn't want to put it away. So I do have a couple of things up already in the house. I probably will decorate maybe this weekend for Christmas already, but it's crazy that we're at that point in the year already. It just feels like this year has flown by. So I hope that you guys are enjoying the series and that you're getting some inspiration from it. Make sure you comment on Marie's and my videos. I know Marie is doing a giveaway. I most likely am going to be doing one as well. I haven't decided what yet, but make sure you leave comments on all of the videos so that you can be entered to win. All right, so let's get back to the card. Now that I have embossed both of the snowflakes, I am placing them up against the background, kind of just to see which one I like. And I think I like the one that was the same color, like a monochromatic color scheme. I think I liked that one better. So I'm going to use my Bearly Arts glue to put it down in what I thought was the center of this panel, but it turns out that it isn't, so we have to do something else in the end. This is how I thought it was going to end. I thought we were going to do maybe like a little sentiment or something, but we had to do a little bit of creative editing because I could not pull the snowflake back up there. See, to me it looks like it's kind of in the middle, but it must have shifted somewhere, and it does not end up centered. Spoiler alert. So while I have things trying to hold that snowflake down into place because the background is warped as well as the snowflake, so I needed to get some contact between the paper and the glue, I'm going to go ahead and hold it down with that water bottle and the glue, put on some foam tape all over the back of it. It'll also help with the warping, and then remove the backing and place it onto the front, and that's when I realized that snowflake is not centered. So we're going to go through another Concord and 9th Stampin' Die set, and this had a banner in it. So I went ahead and cut it out with that same blue cardstock, but it's actually a scrap piece from the background that I had. So it does have the embossing on it because I thought that would be nice and it would tie itself into the background. I'm taking the scrap from the banner cutout, turning it over so it's the plain blue side, using some MFT Sweet Tooth pigment ink. I'm going to ink up this Season's Greetings sentiment a couple of times, tap it down very carefully because pigment ink will go ahead and spread, and these letters are really, really thin. It is very light when you see it. You can see it in person. It's probably a little bit harder on camera, but you can see it in person. So once that's done, I'm going to cut that out and I'm going to glue it to the front of the banner. Then I'm going to pop a piece of that foam tape behind the middle of the banner so that it has a little bit of support so it doesn't sag onto the card because there's nothing underneath of it. I could have glued it right down to the base, the whole entire thing, without folding the sides over, but I loved the way the banner looked. And because I put the foam tape on the back of it, the wings of the banner, the sides, actually stand up a little bit, so it gives it a little bit of dimension. It was a happy accident, but I do like the way that it came out. So once that is all done, I am going to make sure that I attach it to the card front, and then that will be the card for today. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I'm hoping that you're loving this series. We're having a great time doing it. If you have any comments or questions, please feel free to leave them below, and I'll see you again real soon for another video. Bye!